Hi, everybody. This is Adam Elenbaas from Nightlight Astrology, and these are your horoscopes for the month of June 2019. So these are the Sun and Rising sign horoscopes for Sagittarius, and I'm going to go ahead and put these up on the chart up on the screen where you can see it. All right. So I'm trying to do these in 5 minutes or less this month, mostly because I'm coming in right at the nick of time. I'm putting these in sort of at the last minute because I had a professional astrology conference that I was preparing for last month that took up most of my month. So these are kind of coming in under the wire here. All right. So for mutable signs like Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, and Gemini, it's a huge month because you have a series of T-squares lighting up 3 of the angles in your chart. So that's huge. And let's see, how are they being formed? A bunch of planets in Gemini are going to make the T-square with Jupiter in Sagittarius in your first and Neptune in Pisces in your fourth. What does that mean? Well, first of all, you're going to see a new moon in Gemini on the 3rd. You're going to see the sun on the 9th and 10th stimulating this T-square, full moon on the 17th in Sagittarius stimulating the T-square, and then Venus in Gemini on the 22nd and 23rd stimulating the T-square. A T-square represents dynamic tension in several areas at once. And it's usually very creative, but there's also sometimes a feeling of being torn back and forth. The focal point is Neptune in the 4th house of home and family, living situation, environment, home. This could play a major role in the tension that we're seeing between the 1st and 7th house all month long, which is the house of self, identity, health, you, and the 7th house, which is relationships. So quite simply, there's a potential for like I think Sagittarians this month could be falling in love, getting married, having a kid. Like lots of like big, exciting stuff could be happening in relationships that change the face of your domestic life or your home life. You could be moving in with someone, etc. However, you could also feel like you are at some kind of crossroads in a relationship, and it's related back to like different ideals or different visions of what you both want for the future. Or you could be at a crossroads that has to do with, where do I want to live? What do I want to do? Do I really want to be here? And simultaneously meeting someone you like, but you're not sure if you've had enough time to like really get to know them and make a decision about whether or not you want to base your whole life around them. Those kinds of conflicts could easily come up this month. They might be really positive too. Like, again, you could be, falling in love and like this. But one of the tensions in general with so much Jupiter and Neptune, and then a bunch of planets in Mercury ruled Gemini, is going to be about the split between reason and intuition, or, kind of this expansive, exciting energy that wants to do something new or kind of start a new chapter, and then a more like critical, discerning, rational energy that's really presenting itself in the house of relationships. So how is that going to work together? That's the big story of the month for all the mutable signs. And this is a big year for you, Sagittarius. Like you're really making on some level commitments to what you're going to do with the future based on how you're moving through Jupiter being in your 1st house all year, which is a planet of opportunity and expansion. But a lot of the times people can squander those opportunities or not go through a door when they know they should. So it's a big moment for you. Now, the other thing that's really important is Mars, slow burning, sort of smoldering transit I've been saying about this one. From the 13th to the 21st, Mars in your 8th house is opposing Saturn and Pluto in your 2nd house. Those are 2 houses that have a lot to do with money and finances. The 8th house has a lot to do with partners' money and finances, or money that comes from other people, debt, taxes, financial loss as well as related to the 8th. The 2nd has a lot to do with income and expenditures, your money, your resources, even your relationship to things like food or diet. Mars opposing Saturn and Pluto from the 8th to the 2nd is potentially really intense and difficult around the topic of money and finances, perhaps pertaining to a relationship or within the context of a relationship that you're in. But it could also be about some potential financial hardship or bills or, sort of losses that come through. I know that's like not probably what you want to hear, but it could be something as simple as like, there's a little bit more on the bill, on the electric bill this month, and it kind of is like unexpected and just, hits you a little harder than you would like. Doesn't have to be massive, but it could be that there is some kind of more, intense, difficult experiences this month around money, values, resources, things like that. It could also be that you're moving through a period of time where you're trying to consolidate debt or get out of debt, or some kind of financial or investment strategy is changing. The other thing that could happen is really a clash of values and a clash of principles. Mars opposite Saturn, Saturn being in Capricorn with Pluto, like just kind of, be careful of like deeper kind of emotional confrontations this month about values, about money, about spending, because it could get quite intense. So the 13th to 21st, that's when you're looking for that. Things should start to lighten up after that. After the Mars oppositions finish, the T-squares will be dying down. But next month, eclipses are lighting up the same 8th and 2nd houses. So it really is a big year for you around, how are you defining yourself, and especially around money, relationships, love, shared responsibilities. I think those topics could be pretty big for you all. I suspect that they've been a big deal for a while for a lot of Sages, but these eclipses will really bring that up next month as well. So let me know how things go. I'm not sure if I made this 5 minutes or less, but hopefully we'll talk to you next month for eclipse season. Take care, everyone.